Ever find yourself in that awkward place? First of all, I just want to say rest in peace to uh everybody who's been murdered um innocently. Um I'm going to say that first. These past couple of days there's been some incidents that's happened that has been my mind has been stirring. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. But it's brought me to this point of a lot of mixed emotions. I have my friends that are cops, great people. Um, can't say nothing bad about them. And my father, retired cop, great person. People person. People love him. Um, but then it brings me back to the reality of um, I'm still considered a black man in America. Um, because I'm, of course, by complexion, right? Um, I just feel like I'm not saying all cops are bad. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not saying f the police. I'm not saying any of those things. I'm just saying that people have to realize one thing. We are all human. We are all human beings. We all have families. We all have people that care about us. I'm not saying F the police because I have great friends that are family and friends that are police. I'm not saying because at the end of the day, yeah, there are people out there that wanna wanna do things in the streets, whatever. Um, I'm just saying my point is that you gotta know when something is wrong. You have to know when there's a problem. You have to know, you have to see the bigger picture. I'm not, it's crazy. You know, I'm not just scared of a racist cop. I've seen a racist cop that was not white. I've been treated unjustly by a racist cop that was Middle Eastern descent. I've also heard a story of another cop being racist to my father, and he was Dominican. So my problem isn't about cops killing uh young black men. My problem is the racism with everybody. We are human beings. We are all human. I don't care. You first of all, if you got a gun and they don't got one, it's murder. It, somebody was shooting at you. Somebody shot at you. It's murder. My problem is that we all need to understand one thing. Everybody wants to go home at the end of the day. So I'm just not happy with the violence and the racism in America. As a whole. I'm not saying all cops are bad. I'm not saying all white people hate black people. I'm not saying all black people hate white people. I'm saying is we are human beings. When I cut you, you bleed. You cut me, I bleed. I don't bleed green ooze. You don't bleed green ooze. It's red when it comes out. When your blood hits oxygen, it turns red, right? The same way a black person has to have a baby, a white person has to have a baby. Right? Through a woman. Right? I'm just disgusted with racism as a whole. Is I'm not blaming cops. That's a generalization. So I'm not blaming cops. I'm blaming the racist person that was on duty that day in a cop uniform and killed a man for nothing. Here's the question I asked though. If cops, you have family members, some of you officers are of an ethnic background. Let's just say any officers that's not Caucasian. And it's your family member or your close friend that gets approached by another officer. And you know this person. You know this person ain't doing no wrong, minding their business, maybe just going to work, you know. Maybe they're a security guard and they're armed security guard. They got their gun on them that day. They're taking it home to clean it. Whatever the case may be, you know. I used to sell CDs. Let's just say it's somebody close to you. Then what? Then what do you do? See, my problem, like I said, it's not about us versus cops. It's about the racism in America. It's about the racism that has been spread from years ago that has everybody brainwashed. There's people from other countries that's scared of black people. They ain't never met a black person in their life. Why? There's people that are black that speak another language that's racist against black people, that stereotype black people. Why? It's because they brainwashing all of you. Just like your culture, your nationality, whatever you are, there's somebody that does bad and there's somebody that does good. And it goes both ways. There's people that go to church or praise whatever ideology they praise, whatever. And there's people that don't. I'm not generalizing because my focus is on humanity. We are all human. Let's act like it. We are all humans. Let's act like it. What's it gonna take? What y'all want? Y'all want aliens to come down? Y'all want a real Independence Day, like the movie? Y'all want aliens to come down and then realize, oh, it's us versus the aliens now. That's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna result to. It's gonna result to us versus aliens. For y'all to realize we all human. We're all human beings. We all gotta live on this planet. What affects you, it affects me. Whatever happens here in New York, it affects me the same way it affects you. Whatever's going on over in Cali, it affects my cousin the same way it affects you. We all gotta share this planet. We are all human. I don't know what it's gonna take. I don't know what we gotta do. Just know that if we don't do something, it's gonna get ugly. I'm not with anybody being killed innocently. But no, I'm not with it at all. I don't care about black. I don't care about white. I don't care about brown, yellow, green. I don't care about none of that. We are all human. I don't care if you speak another language. You're human. I think that pisses me off even more. For anybody, my complexion, maybe a little lighter, maybe a little darker. I don't care if you speak another language. You think a racist person with a sniper rifle standing miles away cares what language you speak? They don't care. Racism only knows one thing. You are not like me. I don't like you. That's all it knows. You're not my color. I don't like you. That's all it knows. That's all it knows. So, I don't care what language you speak. I don't care where you're from. All I know is at the end of the day, you are human. You bleed how I bleed. You bring a life into this earth the same way I do. You get sick, you go to the hospital that I do. You get cancer, I get cancer. We got to do the same treatment. It ain't no different treatment for no blacks than it is for no whites. You breathe the same air I breathe. You eat what I eat. You drink what I drink.